Well, good morning. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Really glad you could join me today out here in the vegetable garden. It's a warm, humid day here in Harleysville, Pennsylvania. And so today I want to harvest my Imperator carrots. And these are the carrots that I planted from my package there. So thanks for joining me today out here in the vegetable garden. So I have here in front of me my garden journal, my garden log that I always encourage gardeners to keep record of when they plant their vegetables and problems they've had so they can correct them the following year. But it's really worth the time up front and throughout the season to keep record. So it makes year by year easier out in your garden because you have all these records from the past. And so here it shows that I direct sowed these Imperator carrots here Thursday, March 31st. And then, you know, I always encourage people to, on certain vegetables, you know, to plant your seeds or vegetables in succession, intervals, you know, 2 weeks apart, maybe 3 depending on your vegetable. And so, I direct sowed these March 31st, right in the beginning of April. And then I also did a second direct sowing of these carrot seeds here, and April 12th it shows here. And so you can again see how handy it is for these to have a garden journal. So anyhow, follow me along and let's go harvest some of these Imperator carrots. And so I direct sowed these Imperator carrots right up here in my raised bed. Now I have 3 raised beds here too. They're 4 feet by 32 feet long, and they're divided in 8-foot sections, just to give you an idea here. And this layout has worked well for me. And then I also, behind me here, I have one more bed where my melons and cantaloupe and squash, they're just really taking off with all this heat. And then my sweet potatoes, and then my little fountain there. But here in front of me I have my Imperator carrots. I have some burgundy bush beans there. I just picked some for dinner the other day, and so in the foreground is where I have my recent carrots that I direct sowed, and in the background is where I did my first sowing. And these are the Imperator carrots right here. I see Bailey joined us out here in the garden. He's always sometimes laying underneath different plants so he's in the shade. But anyhow, you know, sometimes my carrots, they don't always turn out as nice as I like them to be. Sometimes they're shorter, you know, and it's always good to make sure you grow your carrots in a nice loose soil. And I'm growing mine in my composted leaf mulch that's amended with topsoil. And you also really want to go light on the fertilizer, if not no fertilizer at all, because you really want those carrot roots to be able to search out the nutrients, and as they do that, it's going to build up a longer carrot for you. And so you really want to keep your carrots and your beets, your root vegetables, keep them poor so they're going to search out for the nutrients themselves, because you don't want just all green carrot tops. And sometimes that's what I worry about here in my garden, you know. And sometimes my carrots really haven't turned out that great, and some of these may not turn out that great either, but I'm pretty much happy with any type of carrot I get here out of the garden. So let's start harvesting some of these. And I'm going to try to stagger some of these. Now here's a nice big hardy carrot. trying to pick the big plants here. I think they're going to come all in all kinds of shapes and sizes here. Try to pick the big ones so it allows some of the smaller ones to continue to grow. So far we're doing pretty well. There's another nice one here. Some of these are definitely a little stubby. There's a nice fat carrot. And you know, it really doesn't hurt. I mean, these are really pretty clean. You know, you talk about a fresh carrot. It really tastes delicious. So these will be great in our salad. A little bit of dirt won't hurt you. Got a lot of good minerals in it. And so anyhow, so far I've been pretty pleased with my harvest. I have a lot more. I planted 2 8-foot rows of carrots. And so this is going to end up being some nice carrots for the salad, and then the green tops I'm going to end up putting out in the compost pile. So anyhow, let me encourage you to think about growing carrots. And you know, a good tip for growing carrots when I direct sow the seeds is I sow them in my seed growing medium in my garden. I create a trough and then fill it with my seed growing medium and then plant my seeds in there. That way it creates a nice weed-free environment for those little tiny seeds to grow in. And so anyhow, I just want to thank you for joining me today out here harvesting our Imperator carrots. And if you have any questions or comments about this video, feel free to leave them in the section below. And you can also visit us at plantsmartliving.com. So anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful day. So until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.